Hello and welcome. This is Body-Wise Wednesday, and I'm Josia Tamira Crossley. I support people struggling with trauma and unprocessed grief to access the innate wisdom of their body and a deeper connection to nature so they can experience more peace, clarity, and freedom. So welcome to Body-Wise Wednesday. And last week on Body-Wise Wednesday, I introduced the concept of awakening the felt sense in the body. So awakening the felt sense in the body is one of the primary keys to somatic awakening and healing on the level of the nervous system, because in order to process any trauma or grief that's held in the body, we must first be able to feel it. But first, we must build and then expand our capacity to be present with feelings and sensations we may consider to be both positive and negative, right? So both the stuff that maybe feels great, but also the stuff that feels more challenging, more difficult. And we often think that healing means that that there's this like scale, right? And that as we heal, maybe we move from this feeling scale of, feeling kind of bad or negative towards these like good, positive feelings. And then we just like start to feel good all the time. And I think, whether consciously or unconsciously, I think a lot of us have that perception of that's what healing is going from like feeling really not good to like feeling really good. And in actuality, or the way that I understand healing is that we move on a different feeling scale. So we move from not feeling or feeling, maybe feeling a lot of numbness, maybe mostly pain, towards being able to feel a wide range of sensations and emotions fully. So we just have this capacity to feel all the things, right? And we also develop this capacity to allow these feelings and sensations to simply flow through us as though we were like a hollow bamboo. So nothing sticks, nothing gets stuck. We can feel it all and it can move through, and which is very different than, either not feeling much, feeling kind of numb, or feeling like in a lot of pain and just like kind of stuckness and shut downness. So there's like this kind of opening and expansion that comes as we awaken to our true nature, to our true selves. And so, whether you consider yourself to be somebody who's like a deep feeler, or someone who's maybe more logical and less like emotional and feely, awakening the felt sense in the body can be so beneficial. Practicing awakening the felt sense in the body can be so beneficial because it will build that capacity and resilience in your nervous system to be able to just feel that wide range of feelings and to not cling, not hang on to them. And also we open up this possibility to just, experience more pleasure and more joy when we awaken the felt sense in the body, right? So I'm super excited to dive into this with you guys, and it's really, really simple. So the first step to awakening the felt sense in the body is to begin to explore feeling the very surface sensations on the body, on the skin, right? So it's really about awakening the skin, because the skin is like the container of our body. So, as we get into the deeper sensations in the body, maybe in the belly, the torso, these places, in the organs, that kind of thing, it's more challenging. And so first we have to build this capacity in our nervous system to feel and explore the surface sensations before we move into exploring those deeper sensations in the body. Or what can happen is we can just get overwhelmed. It can be too much, and we can kind of go back into shutdown and like not wanting to explore this amazing thing that is our body. And so I want to invite you to, just start with me, no matter where you're at, just to start with me in this really simple and very, surface kind of way. So you can begin right now, and here's the practices. So like I said, the skin is like the container for our body, right? It marks where our body ends and the rest of the world begins. And the skin has an incredible capacity to feel sensation. And it helps us to orient to the world and keep us safe by giving us feedback about, simple things like hot and cold, pain and pleasure, etc., right? Like if you go to touch a hot stove, you're going to move away because the skin has these neuroreceptors on it that tells us, that's not something you want to do. So super simple, and we don't think about it often because it's so simple. And yet, this sensations that are available to us in the skin are so amazing to start to tap into, and just feel more. So let's start with the skin. So I'm going to invite you right now just to notice your bum on the chair, or if you're sitting, just notice that feeling of the weight of your body, your bum on the chair, maybe your thighs, the back of your thighs, kind of contacting the seat underneath of you. Or if you're standing, you can feel your feet, and just literally notice that surface contact that's being made, with the level of the skin. And maybe, because there's some weight to the body, maybe you can feel a bit of the muscle underneath the skin as well there. So just play with even just feeling that very surface contact. And then just let yourself really take that in. And feeling your feet on the floor, bum on the chair, and then just notice the sensation of your clothing. If you're wearing clothes, notice the sensation of your clothing touching your skin, right? So just that little bit more, it's like another layer there, isn't it? So it's like another layer on the surface of the body, that sensation of the clothing touching the skin, almost kind of creating like another container there for the body. And so just noticing the sensation of, and maybe you can even notice the difference between, like my arms are bare, so I'm just feeling into the difference between my bare arms touching the air and then here where I'm, my clothes are touching my skin. So just let yourself feel that, the sensation of the clothing on your skin. And then just, shifting your focus to notice and focus on the air that's touching any exposed parts of your skin. And just notice, maybe if you're outside, there's a breeze, or there's the sensation of the warm sun on your skin, or maybe rain. And so just notice, is there a breeze, or is the air still? And just noticing that contact of the air with your skin. And just really let yourself take that in. And then noticing, what is the temperature? And does the air feel cooler on some parts of your skin than others? For me, my hands are always cold, so it's really interesting to just feel into oh, are my hands cold from the inside, or is the air around my hands colder than the rest of the air? So if you have some part of your body maybe that's colder than the rest of your body, just tap into that. Just notice, is it outside or is it coming from inside? And just notice, does maybe the skin on your belly feel warmer than the skin on your hands, for example? And then wiggle your toes a little bit and notice the skin between your toes as your toes wiggle. Just notice that you have toes and that they're also covered in skin, right? The toes are like the bottom tip of the container of your body. Isn't that kind of amazing? Think of the body as a container, and the toes are like the bottom tip. Maybe the soles of your feet are kind of like the bottom tip as well. So just feeling into the toes, the soles of your feet. And then maybe wiggling your fingers. And again, notice that they're there and that they're kind of like also tips of your body, right? They're these like ends in a sense. So just noticing the tips of your fingers and maybe bringing the tips of the fingers together and just noticing what it feels like to bring the tips of the fingers together. And just notice, are your fingers warm or cold? Maybe bringing the palms together and just noticing that sensation of the palms leaning into each other. Good, you're doing great. And so now we're almost done here. I'm just going to invite you to feel the top of your head. And just notice also that the top of your head is covered by skin, and maybe also some hair. Maybe you're wearing a hat. So just, notice the sensation in the top of your head. And maybe take your fingertips and just kind of massage the top of your head. Just really feel it there and notice the sensations of your head, really come alive. The head has so many little sensory neurons. So just feeling, really feeling the top of your head and noticing that the top of your head is kind of like another tip of your body. It's the top of this container of the physical body. So these are the practices, these are some practices, an invitation of, some different focuses that you can have with your skin. So for the next 7 days, I want to just invite you to welcome the practice of feeling your skin, feeling that container of the body, especially when you're outside in nature or just, walking down the street. Let yourself feel the breeze, feel the sun, feel the whatever weather is happening, feel it on your skin. See if you can tell which way the wind is blowing by feeling it on your skin. And just really enjoy this. Let yourself enjoy it. Notice what it brings up. If it brings up other emotions, just let yourself bring some compassion to your beautiful skin, to your beautiful self inside of your skin, and really see if you can let yourself enjoy this practice, and let us know in the comments below what you discover, what you uncover. I'm so excited to hear from you, and we'll go a little bit deeper next week on Body Wise Wednesday. This has been Body Wise Wednesday for the first week of May. So happy to see you here, and please definitely comment below. Let me know what you received, what you took in. If you felt something really cool today through the practice, and I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next week. Mwah.